Hi, I'm Daniel, and this is an addition to my younger video on the Lorax. I'd recommend watching that first, but this can still be a standalone video. I hinted in that video that I could make this separately, and the previous video got 1000 views. Something to start off with, this video isn't going to analyse how the song will affect the movie as I already discussed that. Instead, I'll maybe be analysing the scene and mesh of the song. This won't be a long video, and I won't include a conclusion to treat it like a part in the first video. I know this is the fourth shorter video in a row, but there will be some longer ones in August, so let's discuss this cut song. Part 6, extra part on Bigger Ring Supplement. Song is only in storyboard form, and I wish it was further better because even currently the cinematography is great to set up. The cameras are moving and there's the odd symbolism. Honestly, this might look better than the early CG animation of the movie. The look mainly works on light, not the dark look of this song. I recommend watching the upload this on YouTube before because I'll be unpacking it in the odd detail. There's also a little image I can show, so it might look more repetitive than usual. Anyway, it starts with the structure, the music starts in a hard way. Bird creature or barbute as I heard it's called. Trying to get an apple across the destruction. It works like metaphor to show what the Onceers took from this place. Lyric start is about how the Onceer needs more now, which shows the issue of too much money or success. The way it's phrased as reassess my needs makes it sound better than it actually is. It isn't that the Onceer used to be humble, it's that he's become the opposite. Stuff he wants like a bigger office and bigger hat aren't needed and are just there to make him feel rich. The fact that, as stated in the original Lorax, a line in the movie, and the main theme of the song, all of this bigger ring is triggering more bigger ring, everything would have a greater effect. It's going to keep going further and further ever so slowly at first, like how this song starts off slow but gets faster near the climax. And about that later. Also, I think that phrase could apply to how there's a list of richest people, and somewhat that's boss who don't donate money, even if they aren't ever going to use 99% of it. Then we have the title character of the movie shows up, the Lorax himself. He's there to criticize and try and stop and help the Onceer, but as he starts he says, I'm going to say this once, I'm not going to repeat it. It's different to the quiet pushover in the original special, and you already mentioned how vastly referred this version of him. It brings up how Greed gets more and more hungry, and that is what leads to bigger ring. Then he corrects himself and says you can't be a greed, as it has a warning sign. The main culprit that should be vain more often is pride. Not that type of pride. It's this sin of pride that makes the Onceer think he's right and wants to sell his business and idea grow. Which is what way better fits the Onceer we saw before his turnaround. Pride hides itself and the music goes really intense during the elevator scene. Normally I don't like sing talking, but here it's great, especially with the whoa in the background. Shadow of the Lorax through the elevator also looks great. I prefer a staircase, but that scene in the movie was meant to show the Lorax lost his power in levels. This has them more equally set up. Next bit in the song has just music with blueprints and it's unclear how it would look in motion. See how the ones here started off, but as he cut more trees down, the profits rose. Then it cuts to the climax, which is the best part in the whole song. It has lines in common with How Bad Can It Be, which is still good music and its message, but this is much better. Music picks up as the Onceer is doing a speech with many watchers for him to influence, potentially cause them more bickering in the future. Same animal that wins metaphor is used, but it is stated as the company's animal. It was always implied, but here it's stated as the bickering chorus keeps switching from quick to slow with its lines. The faster parts show him ignoring stuff like the lawyer's denying, with so much going on at the same time. You just get a glimpse of it as the bickering is increasing, and he's far gone to this route. Not just the instant change, or no change at all like we saw in both the other versions of the story. Stealing this point from the Sims world, who I agree with part of the video but not all of it, the line some things dying makes it sound worse with how intense it is sung adding on to it. N has showing music with the light effect I'm unsure how it would look in motion, but in storyboards it looks cool. There's only one thing I kept from mentioning until now. The Onceer is obviously worse as you have more aware what he's doing with the bigger ring. Thing where maybe his family influenced him isn't here, and it's the Onceer became this version of the Onceer. But this goes with the same idea that he was once a moral person, and you can have this be with the same character introduction. The way he looked at the picture shows the regret he pushed down for the company. Detail of the shadow having the Lorax on him shows what he used to be. The idea that he used to be friends is still a major part of this song. Bigger Ring wouldn't fit the original Lorax for this reason. The Lorax standing there as the one who tries to reach for him near the end of the song shows the difference from before with how the screen separates them. It is tragic, and this looks like part of a darker movie. It looks like cooperation in a thought-provoking way. The thing with the greatness of this song being more talked about is it's now a common opinion that the Lorax could have been better. I agree, but it's causing more talk down the Lorax as it is. The film is still great for the reason I talked about in the original video. This song is not the same as the movie, but it's not as different as it's perceived to be. It's the same story and same messages, but somewhere got lost. Comedic route in the movie works and juxtaposed the serious stuff. Bigger Ring is amazing, but has sacrificed two great scenes. How bad can he be as careful and catchy or her corporation ignorant? The staircase to want to use realization scene is a dramatic and sad moment in the story that's often overlooked. Bigger Ring is better than both individually, but the film still has a young nod about it. Illumination is overhated, and this is my 9th video on the studio. Closing out the minion month on the channel, next month I'll look at the 5-year anniversary of a show I've talked about a couple times before. The end.